Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Biome Exile SMP. Today we are going to be going into the Nether once again. We went back there a little while back to have a little search around some things, but as I was talking about the end of last episode, I think, if I remember correctly, I talked about basically getting a wither farm, or thinking about getting the wither farm set up. And since then, I've done a little bit of research into sort of what I need to get everything sorted out there. So that's going to be our plan for today. Not exactly build it, but we are going to sort of lay the groundworks, because the majority of the ones I've seen do sort of teleporting into the overworld. That can be a bit awkward with us, because one, portals would probably run very weirdly, I think, considering actually it'd probably be a bit more reliable considering how far we are away from each other, but we can't actually place obsidian in the Nether. I don't know the exact reason why we're not allowed to do that particularly, but nonetheless it's just a thing that we're not allowed to place obsidian in the Nether. Actually, I might check that out and see if we can get some obsidian, sort of place them down and see what's going on there. But what I might do, yeah, I might do that quickly, but basically what the plan is for today is I want to see if I can neutralize those two, I think it is, wither or nether, not nether, blaze spawners, because I've researched on how to sort of deal with those guys, so hopefully we can get that all sorted out. And secondly, I'm hoping that we can just, you know, get the half slabs set up to do, the spawning of, or in the spawning area, the bounding boxes of the spawning area for the two cross pathway things, which I have checked. They are the correct length, or the correct width apart sort of thing, or distance apart, so they will work, which is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is get some materials together, get some glowstone, some slabs, and I'm going to see if I can get some fire protection, because I fell in a lava lake while investigating this place. And I survived, but it was a scary experience, so I'm going to have to try and get some of those, or maybe see if Gaz has any of those on sale, potentially, but I might just make them myself, just to get it over and done with and be a bit quicker. I think I need magma slimes, or magma slimes or whatever, magma cream, that's it. So I might have to guess, you know, do some crafting. But yeah, enough babbling on, let me get on to making that stuff, and I'll see you in the Nether. Okay, so this is the view that we get when we enter the Nether, which is slightly annoying because facing this direction, there's nothing. I mean, there's a lava lake. Speaking of which, I have got 3 fire resistance potions and some redstone because I had to trade with my villager to get extra glowstone. But yeah, that's all there. But the real thing here is this staircase down here, and what I'm thinking of doing is kind of having like a three-way staircase here and a three-way staircase here. Probably push it out one more level so that it's kind of one out from each side, and just having that go down to the fortress, maybe, because I mean the fortress down here is pretty, like, this is a tunnel thing, so we should be able to quite easily do that. But that is for another episode. What we need to do now is come through here and basically find the double thing that we need to do, the double wide thing. I can't remember what you would call it. Double walkway, I guess. It's across this direction. And basically the point here is that each is, which one is it? It's these two. So from the center here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or rather, no, sorry, from this corner bit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 from each. Hello, friend. Now again, the slight issue is these bits, but what we're going to do today is kind of deal with that. So for those that don't know, the way that blazes sort of spawn is they have a 9x9 area they can spawn in, which if I remember correctly, is 9x9 from the center, so like 4 that way, 4 that way, 4 that way, 4 that way, and they can spawn 1 block above on the block that spawner is, and 1 block below. So what we need to do is, I think above light level 11 is where they stop spawning. So what we have to do is identify where the spawner is. So here. And in fact, I was about to say I'm gonna get a fire resistance potion just to make sure that I don't get hit by fire, so I am actually going to do that now. Right. Let's get you, and we're going to have to basically dismantle this. And what we're going to have to do is have it set so... Go away. We have to basically make it so that there is, in the 9x9 area around it, and one block below it, the block light is above 11. So torches can do sort of a... If I put a torch... Well, this torch here does that block, that block, that block, and this block, and obviously this block here. I thought I saw someone spawn. So what I'm going to quickly do is go F3. We are in hell, apparently. And so what I'm going to quickly do is just do 4 around. Actually, I'm thinking what I'm going to do, luckily I have Silk Touch, is I'm going to go 1 layer down when I do this, just so I don't have to... Also, I guess... Oh god, that's a bit awkward. Let's fill that in after. Actually, we're not going to have to fill that in, because we're probably going to get rid of this bit as a whole anyway, but we need to do 1, 2... Oh, you better not. Let's do that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I think I'll speed through my my making of this, and I'll kind of explain it later after we've done this. So, yeah, I'll hopefully see you at the end of this, when I hopefully haven't died. Right then, so I think that's a lie. Right, so that's interesting that they are still able to spawn like that. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research into why that is, because everywhere around here is like at least 13 light level. If you see, literally everywhere around this is light level 13. Even, I guess, if I come up like to these areas, I guess those are. So maybe what we need to do is sort of have blocks in between here and then put them up like a layer. So like have, you know, one on top of all of these as a bit extra, just to have that, and then get rid of the center one. Oh, that's wrong. Just to get it working. I'm not sure if that's the best way about going about it. But I guess what I can do is not get hit off. So I just realized it's now the next day, because I had to go off, and I realized this could be our Halloween episode. I've not really got anything for Halloween, unfortunately. However, we are in the Nether, and what is more Halloween-y than the Nether, I guess? We are literally in hell. So, yeah. But basically, a few things happened. My clips got completely corrupted. The last 3 I went through, well, not corrupted, but they're not really usable, sadly. So I'm going to have to go through everything we kind of just did and just kind of explain it. It's going to be a bit quicker than I did, but whatever, it's just going to mean the video is a bit quicker. Basically, I've done this. It seems to work because obviously I'm stopping all the layers. It seems that when I just had this layer up here had like a light level where these guys were still able to spawn. They're able to spawn 1 block above the spawner, so and obviously 9 blocks like within the 9x9. So all these things have now just been reinforced up at the top. I've started with the bounding boxes, found out what they are, so that's perfectly fine. We've just got, you know, it's a 9x9, no, it's a 19x19, sorry, this is a 9x9, 19x19 around these center blocks, so they are worked out by the glowstone on each corner, so basically I've just got to half slab them all, and this is going to give us areas to, basically, yeah, it's going to give us areas to, for the wither skeletons spawn. So that's one thing. Other thing I've realized is we have a spawner there and a spawner here. In fact, yes, see, there's a spawner. And what I thought could be really cool is the fact that we could, oh my god, magma cubes. That's great for fire resistance potions. But basically what we could do instead of lighting this one up is we could actually just destroy this spawner here. and have, like, so we have no interruption with, actually, what I'm going to do this, because then I get a fortune, don't I? Yeah, destroy this one, because, you know, it's just going to stop anything sort of interfering with this wither skeleton farm, or with the skeleton farming platform at least. And then we at least have another one that's really far away, that's not going to be kind of activated when we are here, and we can put that one as our actual kind of our blaze spawn that we make eventually. If we ever make one, that can be where we do it, and we probably will make one, most likely. If we have this here, I'm probably going to end up making one. It's also sad I only got one magma cream out of that. But yeah, probably going to use that instead as, you know, once this is all done, I'll probably just get rid of this one. It means I can also get some extra nether brick, because I'm probably going to tear this thing down eventually, because, or at least a majority of it, like, there's a few bits I think I won't, because obviously I need to get from the portal to this area, and also I'm going to have to get from the portal to this area, so I'm going to have to get some sort of way of getting this sorted out. So I'm probably going to have it where if I build it here, I'm going to keep this. There's a pathway here which isn't really completed, but what I can do is I can probably complete it myself and get it pushed into another, like an area within these passageways here, or build my own sort of thing. The problem there is getting lost, but as long as that doesn't happen, we should be fine. Also, my mouse is acting up weirdly. I'm going to have to see if I can fix that. But yeah, enough rambling. I'm going to just carry on with half slabbing this entire area, and yeah, it should be fun. This is the one thing I hate about having to deal with this sort of area. Now, we have to kind of, you know, carve out quite a lot of area here, and there's going to be a lot of lava, so I'm very glad I have my fire resistance potions. In fact, I'm actually just going to carry on going through this way, see if I can line it up, but... Oh, it's literally on the correct place, but... Let's go fill that in, and we can carry on building this thing, or I guess tearing it down at the moment. It happened. I knew it would happen eventually. I knew it would happen. I'm also constantly moving forward. I was I was pathing out the entire place. I was, you know, getting everything sorted, and guess what happens? A wither skeleton attacks me. I attack the wither skeleton, and I do the, like, swipe thing. And guess what the swipe thing also attacks? Zombie pigmen. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to just have to get rid of these guys. Right, so the pigmen now seem to not want to kill me, which is very nice. I had to run out of the nether, which took me surprisingly longer than I thought, because I seem to not be able to find my way out of here half the time. But I have set this area up, and I guess I just have to take away all the lights, and then hopefully... I mean, it's not going to be perfect, because obviously there's all the area around here. Again, we need to go like 128 blocks out this direction, 128 blocks out that direction, and 128 blocks from like the center to, I guess, well, from just this side, 128 blocks all out that way, and then obviously connect them at the corners and stuff like that to make this as efficient as possible. Oh, and obviously going out that way as well, but we don't have to worry too much about that other than the fortress. There doesn't seem to be much like out here for quite a while until you reach over there. Oh, actually, that's a lie. All of this is here, but we will do that in the background. I'm definitely not doing that as an episode. Those are things that we will slowly add to over time, especially because I'm going to have to get all the resources together. And it's probably going to be stone slabs, smooth stone slabs, just because those are kind of easier to make than having to make... Well, stone brick slabs are exactly the same to make, but I like the texture on these as well, so I think it'll look quite nice. And plus, we've already done it like with this area, so we might as well do it with the rest of it as well. But I guess what we could do is start getting rid of a few of these. So I'm going to bring this one back as well, because I don't want that to intrude. And basically, just going to take back the lighting a little bit on each part. So if there's any on these sides, hopefully they don't sort of transfer too far over. I'll do the same over here just to kind of get the best. Now here's going to be a problem, is where we have this, and also I don't know if, yeah, well, I was going to say I don't know if I should on video. I did it just before I recorded. I added like a step here almost. So this is got very weird lighting updates at the moment. It's kind of weird that it's doing such a thing. I wonder if there's a way... I wonder if relogging will fix that. In fact, let me relog and see if this actually fixes it a second. Right, it did. Okay, so Again, we do have a bit of an issue with these guys over here, but what I'm going to do is kind of, I think, stay back a bit and see how this ends up working. Also, I have added a chest here because obviously getting a few items here and there, and need to kind of deal with that. But yeah, hopefully this all works out well. I apparently didn't destroy that block, and now I just need to wait and hope we get some guys coming through. And obviously, you know, this isn't finished, so just saying that before anything starts. It's not finished, nowhere near finished. It's not going to be finished for a long time. I just thought it's kind of a base area now that we can kind of work with and see if everything's fine. In fact, I might actually get rid of this now if nothing starts to spawn fairly quickly, but yeah. Obviously, as well, not everything's going to spawn quickly because the way spawning works and the amount of blocks, obviously, that are within this area. Obviously, later in time, when we get it sorted... I knew I won't be able to do that. Later in time, when we get it all sorted and everything around, this will sort of be the only place stuff can, in fact, spawn. So it's going to be super easy for stuff to spawn here. But I think what I'm going to do quickly is just kind of wait, as I said, and I'll see you when hopefully one of these guys spawns. Not exactly in the spawning area, but we have found a guy, so let's hope we don't do the whole killing a zombie pigman with these guys again. But nope, looks like we're not lucky enough for that again. This is going to be a real issue. So, again, back to waiting, I guess. Okay, so it's been a little while now. I logged off of the server to check a few things on some other worlds that I have been downloading. And something I found out is... well, no, it's something I found out, but it's also going to dictate the way I want to build this thing. Now, I could go ahead and build some sort of crazy, you know, machine sort of thing to do this. But I think I've done a lot of crazy big machines already. I've done the pumpkin farm, the mob farm. Iron farm isn't technically a crazy piston sort of thing, but, you know, it helps out. And, you know, I think it's a good thing to be a bit more humble in a sense, but I'm still going to go overkill. Basically, I learned there is a way that, you know, this has probably been known for ages, but I found out there's a way that you can basically make... You can have like 3 layers normally, so you can have a layer here, a layer underneath, and a layer on top within the bounding box. I think the bounding box is 10 high, something like that. But what people have found out is you can actually get mobs to spawn above the bounding box as long as it's nether brick on the floor that's doing it. So you can use nether brick slabs, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check that one, but basically what I'm going to do, instead of building some sort of preposterous, you know, crazy automatic farm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a bit more humble, but still build it super big and super, you know, overkill for us. But it's going to have multiple layers, and we're just going to come through. Hopefully we can get some beacons set up in the nether at some point once we get it all sorted out, and it's going to have, we can have strength on that, regen and whatever. And the plan is to have like a smite 5 sword. We can come down, and smite 5 plus strength 2 I think should kill them in one hit. We can have looting, unbreaking, and mending on it as well, and we can just sort of come through, kill, you know, them every so often, pick up the stuff, and have a nice little farm. But that's going to be a little while away. So for now, this should in theory be working. I'm not 100% sure why it's not. In fact, actually I might know, and I think it is the fact that all this around here is so, like, you know, insanely, you know, there's so much area that stuff can spawn on. For example, you know, they were spawning over here and, you know, stuff like that. So I think what we need to do is get onto that whole half slabbing thing. We'll do that over time, but I need to kind of work out the 128, 128, 128, 128 away from all of these areas, which is going to be a lot of time, I think. If I had an elytra, that would be super useful, but I haven't got one, unfortunately. I'll have to see if I can go to the end at some point, but I really... Actually, we could probably go to the end at some point. I think Ben has killed the Ender Dragon. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check his videos. But basically, yeah, this is going to be not a crazy redstone contraption, but a nice little manual thing where we can come through and kill a few things. We can get coal out of it, which is also a great thing out of it, and also some bones. And we can also get gold because pigmen will be spawning, so we are going to have to probably kill some pigmen. And if we have Smite 5 and Strength 2, we should kill them in one hit. And if you kill us, assuming they haven't changed this, at least you used to be able to, I can guarantee that if you kill them in one hit, they wouldn't aggro you like the other guy. If I kill him in one hit, the other guys will not come after me. So that's kind of cool. But what I've got to do now is find my way out of here. I'm going to quickly go back into the overworld, and then we can end off this episode. So I'm going to spend like 10 minutes trying to find out where the hell I'm going. Actually, I might have found it already. But yeah, I'll see you in the overworld, and we can finish this episode. Okay, back on the overworld. Oh, it's so lovely. It's been a while. It's also raining, so I guess that's nice. We've been in the hot nether for quite a while, so it's nice to get back into the overworld, you know, raining and etc. What I'm going to quickly do while we end off is I'm going to go check the iron at the iron farm, which is another thing I need to still make multiple layers to. I'm just kind of behind on all those things. So with the farm was something that I was really, really behind and wanted to kind of get done, so I kind of forgot that this was a thing. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to do all that. I'm not sure if I'll do it on camera. I might do the first one on camera, and then the extra like 2 layers you can do like minimum. You can do minimum of 2 layers or 3 layers normally, and then you can add extra layers. And I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll kind of I'm gonna get a test world together, see what I can get sorted out, see what's kind of works the best, and that way we can kind of half slab everything a bit quicker, because hopefully I can get in creative and just sort of do that super easily, or just, I don't know, if I can just get rid of it, the world pretty much with MC Edit, that might work as well. So I can do some testing and stuff like that and see how everything will work out, see how production is and stuff like that. Also, I need to do this. I'm not sure if I'll do that on camera or off camera. Probably off, because I've rebuilt it, like, this will be the 3rd time rebuilding that. But yeah, that's something for the future, but we're not going to do it straight away. In fact, I might actually think about smelting up all my gold that I have. You know, I have quite a bit of gold in here. I got some gold from the pigmen as well when I was killing them, or had to kill them because they were attacking me. And yeah, I might, you know, see if I can go to the end. So we're going to have to probably build an end area, which would be pretty cool. But before, I think I want to do at the end, because we can't actually destroy the end portal. Unless I guess we really need it and we can get like able to like go into creative or whatever and destroy it, if he's willing to. But the plan would be not for that to happen. So what I want to do is I actually want to get started on thinking about, for the longest time basically, I've wanted to basically make a actual base, because we've not got a base. We've got this thing, which is the entrance. We've got a farm, or not farm, a mine and some resources. I want to make an actual base at some point, so I'm going to have to also work out that. So that might take a while. In fact, I might actually just see if I can use Ben's portal. That might be our resort, how we go to it instead, because I think we should be able to do that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.